So, I was thinking today when I woke up about what video to do. I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to do something a little bit different. As I was thinking about what album I should look at today, should I do another Halloween video? I've been doing soundtracks. And I was going through what I'm going to play today, what I'm going to sit in my man cave and listen to. And then I got to thinking, why don't I do something a little different? Something nobody sees coming. And what would that be? Hi, everybody. Welcome to the AV Room. This is going to be a different one today. I've been doing a series of Halloween horror movie based videos, and today I thought I'm going to try something different. Kind of step out of my box and try to understand everyone's obsession with Taylor Swift. I know absolutely nothing about Taylor Swift, other than I've heard her name and she's been mentioned a lot. I mentioned to my wife that I was thinking about doing this video today. And I said, the only thing I know by her is Take It Off. And she said, do you mean Shake It Off? I said, yeah, that's the one. See, I've listened to all kinds of music. I've worked in record stores. I've roadied for bands. I was an entertainment photographer for a while, and I tattoo for a living now. So I've been around the arts and I accept and understand the arts and the need for an artist like Taylor Swift. There's always been pop superstars, always will be. She's just the newest and one of the biggest ever. But would a white 55-year-old guy who's grown up listening to stuff like the Smiths or uh, Depeche Mode, In Excess, Aha, Sting, the Cars, pop music. I grew up listening to pop music in the late 70s and 80s. 90s, I got into grunge. That brought me into metal, stuff like Rob Zombie or Sleep. And mostly what I listen to is what you would think 55-year-old white guy would listen to. Steely Dan, George Benson, Jackson Brown, stuff from the 70s, Boz Scaggs. These are just some of the cassettes I've had and listened to. And of course, I have a lot of records, and a lot of those records are exactly what you think I'd listen to. I'm surrounded by horror movies and toys and rock and roll and pop culture, but nothing even remotely like Taylor Swift. So I thought, why don't I listen to some Taylor Swift? And she just dropped this new record. It's her 12th album. It was released October 3rd of 2025 and was inspired by her Eras tour and her new love and eventual marriage to Travis Kelce. This album had a theatrical release in over 1,000 countries and beat movies just released starring superstars like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. So Taylor Swift is more popular than The Rock. I get it. I get it. I am not your majority anymore. I am definitely the minority. I'm a Gen Xer that grew up with rock and roll in the Detroit area. So now I'm living in Texas and I'm surrounded by country music. I don't get that either. So this album, I decided I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to see what I think of it. And I'm going to let you know. I literally just got done listening to it. I listened to it audio wise. Haven't purchased it. So I'm streaming it. I'm doing what you guys do. And then I watched the video versions on YouTube. I didn't know there were lyric versions. And I watched the visuals, which I thought was a great way to drop an album with a visual. I can only imagine back in the day if Michael Jackson and Thriller had done something like this. I would have lost my mind. Would have lost my mind. I got to see Michael Jackson a couple times in concert. I dressed up like him. I wore a glove. I had a leather Thriller jacket I let girls wear if they would dance with me at the teen dances in junior high. Um, I waited in line, passed out, buying Thriller tour tickets, which was the Victory tour with his brothers, the Jacksons. I'm telling you, I get it. I get pop music, and when it's done right, I love it. I love well done, well crafted pop music. I saw George Michael on the Faith tour for this album. I went with my high school friends at the time. We knew all the words. I wanted to grow stubble and wear a dangly cross earring. I had no idea who he truly was and the life he lived. All I knew was this album and the albums before it with Wham, Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. To me, he was what I wanted to be like because the girls liked him. I wanted to be like Duran Duran because the girls liked them. So you can imagine in junior high and high school in the 80s, I did gravitate towards pop music. The apex, which was probably Purple Rain, which opened my ears to other sounds that were available. Now, I listened to Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath. I listened to Cheap Trick, but I didn't wear it proudly on my shoulder like I did the pop music because the girls liked pop music. Most girls I knew didn't like Ozzy Osbourne or Black Sabbath. So you do what you do so people will like you. That's growing up. That's learning who you are. And I know that's got to be part of the pull with Taylor Swift is she's doing this in public. She started in country and now here she is with her new pop album, Life of a Showgirl. I'm telling you. So let's go through it. See what you think. See if you agree with me. Okay, I've got some notes, so you'll see me looking down from time to time, so I can kind of walk you through the track listing. Number one, the first song is "The Fate of Ophelia." I liked it. It's upbeat, very Lady Gaga, which might be the Max Martin production to it. I know Max Martin is a very famous producer for modern pop music. It's upbeat while being a song about Ophelia from Hamlet. And if you don't know about Ophelia, Ophelia couldn't choose between the love of her father and the love of her life that she just met, Hamlet. So Taylor in this song is singing about being saved from that fate, obviously being influenced by her now fiance, Travis Kelsey, football player. I'm not a football guy either, so trust me, I'm not as white 55-year-old guy as some of you might think. The second song, Elizabeth Taylor, began very upbeat, synth drum machine heavy. In a way, it reminded me of Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. I love The Weeknd. I have all of his records, except for the new one. I bought the single disc version of his new album, and then I found out there was a double album coming out, and it kind of bummed me out. Bummed out a lot of you too, because it doesn't seem like many of us bought it or saw the movie, which tanked. Her movie that was released for this album just beat everybody at the box office. I mean, when you're beating The Rock at the box office, that's power. And that shows the movement behind an artist like Taylor Swift. So, again, the second song, upbeat, synth heavy, drum machine heavy, repetitive chorus, a real clear syncopation, um, very upper, bright mids. I don't hear a lot of bass in this album. It might be because of how I listen to it. Perhaps if I decide to get the vinyl, it'll have a little bit more of that bass to it. I'm going to have to look into it. We'll find out at the end if I'm going to buy it or not. Number three, Opalite, slower, still has that drum machine hand clap thing going on. At this point, I said to myself, I can see myself working out to this music. I can see myself going for bike rides to this music, maybe even tattooing to this music. So I'm thinking, God, this is crazy. This is pretty crazy. I'm liking this album so far in the sense that it's not what I thought it was going to be. It's way more upbeat. I'm paying attention to the lyrics. It reminds me of the flow of those classic albums from the 80s that I've showed you here, my cassette that I have. It's definitely not rock. It's definitely not hip hop. It's definitely pop. Um, she sings about stuff, positive goals, and keeps it upbeat, it sounds like. And so kind of thinking like Maroon 5, if that makes sense. Finding Love Forever seems to be the focus for the album here so far. Travis, her fiance, is definitely an influence. I mean, this 55-year-old white guy, I hear that. I'm married. I've been with my partner, Tia, for several years, over 18 years. So I know what that feels like to have found that someone, to have that someone have your back after failed relationships. So I get it. I'm feeling the vibe from this album. Number four is Father Figure. Now, this threw me for a loop. George Michael is credited as the co author. George Michael? I'm thinking, Faith George Michael? This George Michael? Yeah, Father Figure. It's the second song. can see it there. It's the second song on the first side. This father figure? Okay, all right, let's see. I grew up loving George Michael. I saw the Faith Tour in high school. I bought all the Wham records, took a trip to Toronto once, and on that trip to Toronto, I bought the final Wham album, Edge of Heaven. Still have it, still play it, still love it. So, father figure? Guess what? I'm confused. She says in the song, My Dick's Bigger. She says it a few times. It's more downbeat, but it has hand claps and that syncopation. Is this the Max Martin sound or is it the Taylor Swift sound? You guys will have to tell me in the comments because I'm kind of confused at this point. This isn't what I thought all Taylor Swift music sounded like, but I do like it. It doesn't sound like George Michael's father figure. It's got completely different lyrics, a completely different beat, but I can hear the bones, skeletal bones of George Michael's father figure under there. You can hear it. If you've heard Father Figure by George Michael enough times, you can see when it's influenced other tracks. And I definitely hear it on the bottom bass slowed down and changed up to this more 2025 sound. Okay, number 5, Eldest Daughter. Now, on this album, there was a lot of violin credits. There were credits for synthesizer, there was credits for hand claps, but I didn't see any or haven't heard any violins yet. Where are the violins? I'm thinking at this point. Okay, anyway, Eldest Daughter, the 5th track. Different piano sounds in this one. It seems to be a critique of modern online chaos. I definitely see that today. I work with women in my tattoo job, 3 different female artists. That never used to be the case in tattoo. You definitely had more male tattoo artists. And I'm in an age in 2025 where my coworkers listen to Taylor Swift. My coworkers talk about modern pop music. They hide, well, I hide in the back of the tattoo shop because sometimes the music just drives me crazy and I need to be in the back listening to some AC/DC or some Guns N' Roses or, hey, some Steely Dan. I'm definitely not listening to Taylor Swift. I often joke, I come up in the front of the shop and I'm like, listening to the same thing back there when clearly I'm not. That's why I'm back there. But I get it. Navigating life in 2025, navigating social media, having TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, sorts of stuff. I mean, I get it. It can't be easy. Finding love and balance to the point where you don't care is what this song is about. And I get it. I found that balance when I found my wife. When I met my wife, I saw fireworks, literal fireworks. I tell her that all the time. It's like you're the first person I ever saw in my life that the minute I saw you, I saw fireworks. My wife saved my life. I was living rock and roll chaos. No lie. Getting arrested, getting thrown into jail, having my dad bail me out, dabbling in things I shouldn't have been dabbling in, going through girlfriends or one night stands that weren't fulfilling anything in my soul. So I get it. When I found her, my life changed. I followed her out of Michigan to Virginia Beach, over to California, back to Michigan, and now in Texas. And the reason I'm in Texas is because my wife's family moved here. She called me and said, I'm miserable living with you in Michigan. I love you, but I can't do it anymore. So I'm going to stay here and you can keep our pet dog and you can just keep all my stuff or throw it out. I don't care, but I can't go through another winter in Michigan. And I said, no, no, are you dumping me? We had been together several years and been to several states together, done things as a team. She opened a gallery with me. We did a grow operation in California where it's legal. She followed me to come back to Michigan to help take care of my mom's situation when she was ill. And I couldn't imagine this woman leaving me now. And she said, no, I mean, I'm not leaving you unless you want to leave me. And I said, well, then what are you saying? She said, I'm saying pack up the house and move to Texas. And I said, done. And in 3 days, I packed up the house, got rid of my truck, got a U-Haul, threw my dog in it, and drove to Texas. Straight. No stops, no hotels, straight to Midland, Texas, where I live now. And that was because of my wife. She was worth chasing. She changed everything. I didn't care about the rock and roll scene or being cool or touring with bands or putting out books with bands or having my photography on CDs or vinyl, all of things which I've been doing up to that point. I cared about being with my wife. That's what this song is about. Losing all that other nonsense in your life and sticking by what makes you feel good. That's this song, Eldest Daughter. I get it. Number 6, Ruin the Friendship. The drums and the hand claps are back. Have fun, it's prom, she sings. Lyrics for this album are definitely all love focused. I see why fans of hers find her a role model. I see why fans of hers want to be surrounded by upbeat music. Now, I know it's not all upbeat music, and I know she's released many albums by this point, but clearly people see her as a role model. And with this sort of breakdown, I get it. I'm digging it in a weird way. I'm definitely vibing with it in a weird way. It might be the 3 cups of coffee I've had. I don't know. Might be the fact that it's Monday, it's my day off. I don't know, but I'm vibing with it. So that song was literally the drama of high school. It's all ups and downs and what ifs. And interesting because I'm liking her stories that she's telling in these things. So, anyways, number 7, actually romantic. Slower this time. Um, there's some guitar strumming going on. Phrasing is definitely sing along. I see that a lot with the songs on this album I've heard so far. Sing along heavy. I could definitely see singing along at a concert with it, just like I did with George Michael back in the day. It's definitely Team Taylor vibes on this album so far. Number 8, Wish List. Wish List is more sing along lyrics. It's definitely repetition of lyrics. It's uplifting again. I just want you. F life. It's Team Us. I get it. And if I was growing up in 2025 and I was in junior high or high school or entry level college or just starting out of college, my first job, you need all that positivity you can get. The world is tough, it's only getting tougher. And I lean on my wife through times of trouble, and she leans on me. And we say more than once, thank Lord we have each other and the pets. We have 2 cats and a horse. So I definitely am a family man now. I'm a white guy, 55, with a family and cats. I never thought I'd own cats, never thought I'd own a horse. But here I am. Number 9, Wood. I liked the video for this, the lyric stream video. It seems a very modern way to do a rollout for an album. And I think aside from seeing The Weeknd do it, I wasn't so sure of artists doing this sort of thing, making it a common way to roll out an album. But I like it. I definitely like it. I wish they had done this back when Guns N' Roses was around. I mean, I can only imagine me back in the day, glued to the internet, watching Guns N' Roses and learning the lyrics and feeling metal, because that's how I felt. But all I had was a cassette tape. Drove around, put it in the boombox, drove around with my best friend, and played Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction till we wore the tape out and had to buy another one. And here I am today at 55, have multiple Guns N' Roses albums, follow Guns N' Roses to this day. So I think this is cool that this is the way that she's done it. Definitely would have been into it. Now, this song what it really reminded me of was this sounds like Olivia Newton-John to me, or this sounds like even Carly Simon. Um, you can hear her vocals, you can hear her singing. She's definitely pronouncing words with the flow, drawing some of them out and hand clapping in some others. Very sing along. I get it. Very pop music. Very well done. Number 10 is canceled. It's definitely something she doesn't have to worry about. I don't think she's going to be canceled anytime soon. She's put down the president of the United States right now, and I completely 100% agree with her. I hate the political chaos and division that's tearing apart this country right now. I'm literally frightened of the future. And I know younger people are too, 100%. I see people gloss over it. I see young people totally gloss over it every day. And I get it. It's scary. It's probably why I leaned into pop music when I was growing up. Escapism. That's what music is. Get me out of my everyday life and put me where I want to be. Give me the vibes and the feelings and the emotions that I want to be feeling right now. Uplift me or bring me down. That's what music does. That's why I'm such a fan. Number 10, 11. Number 11. Wow, we're almost at the end of this album. Can you imagine? I never thought in 55 years I'd listen to an entire Taylor Swift album, but here I am. Number 11 is Honey. We're back to love again with this one. Modern day problems at the club. Guys looking at me, but you're not my guy. I saw that look, and I saw the look your girlfriend gave back to me. Girl on girl hate. I never knew that existed. Never, ever, ever until I really started working with women in my different points in careers. Respecting women, respect that I definitely didn't have when I was in high school. When you're filled with your own male mind, trying to be the tough guy, trying to fit in, trying to be cool. It's just so much crap you got to go through in junior high and high school, not to mention elementary school. It's just too much. So when you get to high school and it's apex, I see how hard that is. I remember how hard that is. I wish I was cooler in high school. I certainly wasn't. Anyways, this song is very stretched vocal delivery. Again, it adds to that sing along, sing with me, learn my inflections, learn the waves and melodies of my songs, and you can sing with me because we're going through this together. I get that vibe a lot on this album and definitely got it with this song. In fact, I wrote sing with me because it seems like that's what she's doing. She's asking you to sing with her. Um, I liked it, liked that one a lot. So the last song is the 12th song, The Life of a Showgirl. And this one has Sabrina Carpenter on it. Again, I don't know anything about Sabrina Carpenter. I see the videos reviewing her album and seeing the album drop and the controversy over the cover art. I don't care. I just move along to the next. Where's the newest Guns N' Roses or the Metallica? Oh wow, Rush just announced they're reuniting. Wow, like that fills this mind. What's the new release on Rhino High Fidelity coming out on Friday? What could it be? They just released the Monkees. They just released the Sex Pistols. There's another one coming out. So, yeah, I get it. But here I am listening to Life of a Showgirl and discussing Sabrina Carpenter and Taylor Swift. Rhymy. That's what I wrote down. Rhymy. And wow, here are those violins. There's all these credits for violins I saw on the Wikipedia entry for this album. Where are the violins? They're in this song. And wow, violins indeed. A lot of guitar strumming, a lot of an anthem build with a crescendo. Still has those hand claps. I swear those hand claps are this producer, the two producers of this album. That's got to be their gig. Their gig is hand claps. I mean, I haven't heard so many hand claps on an album since Michael Jackson's Thriller. And I have that cassette over there and the album over there, album from my childhood. So yeah, I get it. Her vocals are strong. I hear her confidence in her vocals. This whole album has confident vocals. She's clearly at the apex of her game. She's been doing this for years now, dealing with all the ups and downs, breakups with celebrities, breakups with nobodies, breakups with musicians, trying to find her somebody. And she's found him. Man, I couldn't be happier for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I literally never thought I'd say that. But listening to this album, you can't help but feel what this woman is going through. And she's sharing it with us. So, yeah, I can hear Sabrina Carpenter in the vocals. I can hear her literally at the end saying, "Thank you, Taylor." You can hear the crowd. It's got to be taken from that Eras tour that sold out everywhere and had everybody attending multiple state shows. So, I mean, at 41 minutes and 40 seconds, yeah, I never thought I would sit down, be listening to an album like this by Taylor Swift, which brings us to the question. Now that I've streamed it, now that I've written about it, now that I've videotaped it, am I going to buy this album? I'm going to have to listen to it again. And I'm gonna. I'm definitely going to listen to it again. And then I think that I'm going to, I don't know, I'm a 55-year-old man. Is that creepy? Tell me. Do you want a 55-year-old man buying Taylor Swift albums, singing along with them? Do, do you? Should I care? I know I don't care what anybody thinks about this stuff. I'm definitely a nerd, definitely an old 55 white guy. I'm married, I'm boring. But do I buy it? Huh, huh. I'm going to listen to it again. Tell me what you'd do if you were a 55-year-old white guy confused about buying a Taylor Swift album. Huh, I'm going to go to Target. I might even go today. No, I can't go today. I got too much stuff to do. I got to take care of the horse. I'm going to go to Target tomorrow. I'm going to go to Target. I'm going to pick up this album and I'm going to think about it. And I'll be back to let you all know. Thanks a lot. Thanks for listening to me ramble on this Sunday. I've probably had too many cups of coffee. But post in the comments what you think I should do. As always, like and subscribe. I really would like you to subscribe. I need subscribers in the worst way. Is begging beyond a 55-year-old white guy who's now listening to Taylor Swift and deciding if he's going to buy it or not in a world of heavy metal and Steely Dan. Let me know. Like and subscribe. And as always, it's how I end my shows. Waka, waka, waka.